And I always knew I was gonna go to law school. I've always known that I wanted to be a lawyer. I had taken an internship at the public defender's office in the 7th Circuit. I knew then that all I wanted to do was to be a public defender. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to be an assistant public defender. I was gonna be the best trial attorney known to me, and that is what I wanted to do. So I applied to work in Tampa for Julianne Holt. She's the elected public defender. I had an interview, and she granted me a job, but I still had to take the bar. So I said, okay, yeah, great. I'll start when I pass the bar because I'm going to pass the bar. I studied for, 2 to 3 months nonstop. I got the results and it was like pass, fail, fail. And I literally was stunned in that moment. I walked back to my apartment and I just collapsed on the floor and just started wailing. I felt like it's over. Everything I've worked for is over. My career is over before I even got started. My life is over. I just thought it was a wrap. I thought it was done. And then I got my letter that tells you how bad you failed. And it said I failed by half a point. And then having to see on social media, everyone's like, oh, I passed the bar, and you're not saying anything. People are, texting you and they're DMing you and you're just not answering. And then there's that embarrassment that comes because it was very public. It was very, I couldn't hide it. When you are going through your bar prep, and they hear the horror stories of people failing, and it's always by half a point or this or that. And of all the things I could take in, of all the messages I could have taken in, that was the message that I took in. And it was literally fear. It was my own messaging. You have the one person on your shoulder saying, you're a failure, you're never gonna be able to do this. The other side's like, you better get your behind up. You're gonna get up, you're gonna study, you're gonna get your mind together. I also had dreams and aspirations, and I had things that I really wanted to do, and I had things that I wanted to contribute. And I realized that if I did not get up and do what I needed to do, that I would never achieve those things. And I ended up calling Rocky Brancato, and I told him, and he said, okay. And then he calls me back probably maybe a couple days later and says, okay, well, I've spoken with Ms. Holt, we're gonna go ahead and hold your job open for you. And if you would like, you can come and intern with us, and we'll pay you while you study to take the test again. So I started doing yoga. I started getting very grounded. I would say affirmations. And I think that it's also being intentional about picking people in my life, whether they're other lawyers or whether they're people who aren't lawyers, that I can be open with and that I can reach out to. I had a friend of mine who she had actually not passed the bar the first time and ended up taking it and passed it. So, she took me out to coffee, would give me books. I had another friend who was kind of in the same boat that I was, and we studied together, and we both ended up passing. And then I had just friends, and I had family members. When you just have your little community just around you, just lifting you up, it's so important. For me, I had to also go to therapy to be able to talk a lot of this stuff out. And I tell all my lawyer friends they need to be in therapy. Even if you feel like there's nothing wrong, we deal with so much. We deal with the weight of the world, but you have to put your pride aside to be able to reach out to people to say, hey, this is what's going on. And sometimes in the practice of law, we don't do that. We are trained from law school not to reach out. We are trained from law school to be perfect and to be good and to excel at all costs and not to reach out to people. Life is wonderful. It is tremendous. I have a life that I never would have imagined. With my partner that I have now, I have a wonderfully beautiful relationship. Having that relationship with someone that really just loves you for you, good, bad, or indifferent, it's so beautiful. So life is good. I can't complain. I can't complain at all. I think me not passing the bar was one of those moments of I had to learn to deal with my stuff. Because if I didn't deal with my stuff, I wasn't gonna be good for me as a person, but I wasn't gonna be good for my clients. I wasn't gonna be good for anyone that works for me or with me. If you fail the bar, okay, so what? Get back up and try again. But make sure that you're doing it from a place of like, I'm not comparing myself to this person or that person. I'm really just saying, this is the decision I wanna make for me. Hey, listen, your path is your path, and your failure cannot define you.